Welcome to Laptop Radio. Today's topic is reaching mass adoption through entertainment and media with Sadar. We have Isla Perfito with us. She is the co-founder and CEO of Sator.io. Hello.
Hello. So good to be here, Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you based?
I am based in New York City.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Are you going to be at NFT NYC?
I am. I am also speaking on the 22nd at 12:50 sharp.
Awesome. And how was your consensus experience?
Consensus was really good. The morale was high despite everything kind of going on. There were so many projects there. It was great. Met a ton of people, saw some old coworkers. It was absolutely lovely.
Awesome. Before we begin, can you tell us your story?
Sure. My background is mostly in engineering. I studied computer science at NYU, and I've been in the city ever since. I began working at tech startups in college in the data science field and kind of got involved in crypto around 2016, 2017. I read the Bitcoin white paper, and as a computer scientist, it kind of just checked all the boxes in my head, if you will.
Mhm.
And then I also read this book called Life After Google by George Gilder, which kind of just sent me down the rabbit hole in a great way. When I graduated NYU, I began my career at Credit Suisse, where I worked alongside the head of digital assets. After that, I was a software engineer at Chainalysis, and I am currently the co-founder and CEO of Sator, a Web3 entertainment network.
Also, tell us more about Sator. It is the first decentralized platform for scripted series of television and content. What does that mean?
We are connecting audiences with members of the global media ecosystem through crypto. Well, what does that really mean? We have an iOS and Android app. We have an NFT marketplace. We have a metaverse in AltSpace VR, where we host regular NFT gallery events. And really what our goal is to align the interests of everyone in the global media ecosystem. So this includes audiences. When audiences consume content and media, they often don't see the output of the revenue that they're generating on the back end. And by decentralizing that value, we unlock a lot of important utility and benefit all players of the ecosystem, including the producers and the directors and the creators of content.
What are some of the problems with television and content pertaining to audiences today that you think your platform could solve?
The global media industry has seen a massive shift when it comes to streaming television. We have these large behemoths that are controlling most of the market share, and we kind of see two things. Many of these series, often it takes them to get to the season 2 before they really see profits. And then secondly, and more importantly, even shows with large followings don't often establish direct engagement with their audience. Sator unlocks that capability through our application on Android and iOS. For shows with a large audience, we connect them to their audience by way of blockchain tech. For newer shows that are looking to differentiate, become Web3 compatible, we're growing their audience and community through NFT drops, engagement quizzes, governance, etc.
If I'm an audience today, I basically watch the show on TV. That's about it. Maybe I'll follow some of the movie stars and the producer on Twitter and social media. What you're telling me is with Satar, I can get engaged with the series and then also the producer on the app. And of course, we'll have NFTs and metaverses to connect the community and the audiences. Is that about right?
Yeah, exactly. We are built for fans. We built a super seamless UX because our goal is to onboard the next 1 billion users into crypto. And what better way to do that than through media and entertainment? What does this look like? well, you could collect an exclusive NFT of your favorite character with utility. So it's not just a JPEG sitting on your screen. You can use it in our games, in our metaverse. We've sold NFTs that unlock certain plot decisions. If approved by the writer and the production company, that can get pretty fun very fast. There's a lot of things that you could do. And our goal is to make the process as simple as possible. I wanted to build this app so that anyone could use it, regardless of their crypto experience. We are the rail for global media to become Web3 compatible, and for audiences that maybe don't have all of the crypto experience to start collecting NFTs and earning SAO tokens.
Awesome. In terms of the masses, a lot of people are still facing the challenges of obtaining a MetaMask account and purchasing NFTs, as you know. I think a lot of Web2 companies are still trying to onboard their fans onto purchasing their NFTs. What are 3 ways that your company is doing to make mass adoption easier into the crypto space?
Great question. I should mention that we are cross-chain. We're native to Solana with a bridge to Ethereum. That decision was highly influenced by the UX of onboarding a Phantom wallet versus a MetaMask wallet. We found that Solana products, not only is it highly scalable for the massive audiences that we expect to attract to the platform, but the compatible wallets like the Phantom wallet are much easier for new users to basically get acquainted with crypto. That's not to say that MetaMask isn't great to use. I use it frequently. But what we do in the Satter app actually is we create wallets for users when they download the app. So that's completely seamless. They're Solana-based wallets, and our in-house NFT studio designs NFTs for global content producers because they all know they want to get into the space, but they don't really know how. We're basically that service for them.
Awesome. When did you have this idea, and what is the aha moment for you?
The name Sator does have meaning. It is actually the most ancient form of scripted entertainment. Before there was paper, people used to carve Sator into stone, and it's a palindrome. That was the first game people would play back in the Stone Ages. And rumor has it that this palindrome, the Sator square, may have been the first meme on the internet.
Awesome.
That's where the name comes from. Personally, my greatest goal and dream is to have mass adoption. And I think this is the best path forward to achieve that. And this goes back to even making sure I design an app that my 80-year-old father could use. And he does. And that's great.
That's awesome. What kind of language do you write when you co-founded Satar? Do you find that your computer science or data science background help you as a co-founder?
Yeah, I think it's actually in some ways essential to what I do. Our team is very developer heavy, which is a great thing. I manage 12 developers. Personally, when I began coding, I first started with Python. I think it is a great language to start with, especially if you're into data science. It's a little bit newer than R, which is often the alternative that some people learn.
Yeah.
The Sator app itself is a Flutter-based app, which is a Google product with a Go backend. I also code in JavaScript. Our website recently got a facelift, and it's all based on Next.js, a great framework for websites. And then our smart contracts are primarily coded in Rust, which is great for security. And when I started really diving into the crypto space, I taught myself Solidity for ETH contracts. I'd say if you're a developer looking to get into the space, if you already know Python, start with Solidity. deploy your own smart contracts, use Remix, and then go from there. Different chains use different languages. So Solana does use Rust, which is a little bit harder to pick up. But yeah, back to the original question, even though I don't get to code as much as I used to, I still do. I'm still quite close to it, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, with all the test nets, you also have to get their tokens from faucets. Sometimes it's very annoying because you have to get the whole team to do it.
Yep. And remind everybody that best practice is to write test cases, deploy to testnet before you deploy to mainnet.
Yeah.
Send a test. Make sure that you're sending tokens to the right place. I mean, we see exploits all the time that could have been completely eradicated if developers followed these basic steps. And you would be shocked at how often it doesn't happen. And before you know it, in seconds, it's crypto. Like 20 million could just be gone. I mean, look at the most recent optimism exploit.
Mhm.
That was because people didn't do a simple test of sending tokens to a place and making sure it reached the destination. These are all practices that I'm constantly drilling into my team's head, almost annoying, but it's important because security is all we have with crypto, and that's got to be number one.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Talking about security, there's also been a recent stablecoin crash. The prices have gone down as expected, I would say. You're building this platform and it's perfect time to build. What is your plans to grow the Sator platform for the next 3 to 4 years?
The stablecoin crash, I should say crash is because we had Terra UST that collapsed, and that kind of had this systemic ripple effect on the entire market. And then more recently, the Lido token depegged.
Yeah.
And I guess with the transparency that blockchain offers, the good news is that we can learn from these mistakes. And that's what I think about every day with Sator. We are long-term focused. We plan to be smart TV compatible on every device looking into the future. We're reimagining the way that people consume content and the way it's delivered as well. So we're kind of on both sides of the equation. We continue to build. Despite market conditions, I would just say, just build great products, make security your number one priority, learn from history, and never be too sure.
What is your roadmap for growing the platform for the next 3 years without disclosing any confidential information? In terms of growing in this market, how are you going to obtain users for your platform? What are you doing to attract people to support and build community?
We did launch in November 21. We do have a great user base already, and we will continue to grow it. The plan forward is really from partnership announcements. We have a ton of exciting partnerships, both on the technology side of things and the content side of things that we believe will attract their fans and their audiences to the platform. That being said, with market conditions, I think people are looking for integrity and looking for projects that are here for the long haul. As a CEO, I feel it's my duty to just continue to kind of educate others, build responsibly, and support every blockchain ecosystem that I can.
Is there anything you wanted to share that I have not asked you?
Sator is next week launching a pretty fun game. It's a Unity-based game on Android where you can play as a 3D NFT avatar and earn SAO tokens. You'll see different levels kind of appear and come about as these partnerships get announced. We go to these global media conferences and we're the only crypto company there. It's amazing. All of the panels are about Web3, and yet we're the only crypto-based company there. It's been great. It's been very well received in the industry. And I think in the last year, even just the general consensus of where they're predicting a shift to Web3 and they want to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And in their minds, they're like, we're going to use Saturn.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I've been using Steppen.
Nice.
As everyone know, you walk and run or jog and you earn GST as a result of that. It's completely gamified. It's just a lot of fun. And the value of GST has gone down, obviously, but you still earn something. How is your game? Can you tell us a little bit more about the game economics?
Yeah, you're thrown into this space. It looks like a spaceship.
Mhm.
And to play, you need a 3D character NFT that you can collect from our marketplace. And from there, you play mini games. So there's like a road cross game.
Mhm.
And the goal is to get as many viewers as possible to become the best streamer on the platform, basically.
Awesome.
So you're collecting viewers the longer you last in the game and simultaneously earning SAO tokens.
Okay.
Tokenomics wise, I believe now you need 2000 SAO just to enter, but then you can play an unlimited amount of times in the
Awesome.
game.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to check it out. Is there
Yeah.
one piece of advice that you have for the community?
While the collapse has posed this great threat to crypto market sentiment, it will ultimately not stop the growth of innovation in this space. You're going to see terrible headlines. You're going to have people telling you that it's all over. And some of us have been through this already. If we've been in the space for a while, it's something that most of those old comers can weather. But for newer joiners to the space, just continue to educate people and build. That would be my advice.
Awesome.
We'll come out of this stronger.
Where can people find you and or your projects?
Our website is sator.io. You can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter. Our Twitter is Sator Sao. All of our social channels are Sator Sao. I'm quite active on Telegram. My handle is Earn Sao. Our community is Sator Sao. Easy to remember. Reach out. Happy to chat.
Awesome. Thank you for your time again.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.